I've already started on this project, but I thought some other people might be interested. I'm going to make a corner clamp. It's just a piece of metal like this, and I can use some regular C-clamps like that to clamp stuff to it to hold it at 90 degrees, which is useful. This is an 8 by 8 inch piece of metal that I made a while back, but I wanted a smaller one that was a little handier, so I started out with something like this. This is a 6 inch by 6 inch, and then I had a 4 by 4. I've already cut the 4 by 4. And from there, what I did is I welded the first piece on here. I started out with 2 tack welds, a tack weld here and a tack weld on the other side, still a little bit warm, and then I checked for squareness, made sure it was still square, squared it up if I needed to, and then I put these 2 braces on here, just tack welded these 2 braces on here quickly to make sure it stays that way. Then the next step, get my hands out of the way, if I just weld along here, it will warp badly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a series of cuts through here this way, like this, about every 2 centimeters, about a little bit less than an inch, and then I will weld along those, and then I will go back and make cuts in between and then re-weld those until pretty much what I have is a solid weld across here, but the weld will be running perpendicular. And I tried that with this one and it worked very well. It did not warp. So I'm going to repeat that process, and I won't show you all my welding and all that. I will just show you the steps in between. But now I'm getting ready to cut. I'm going to mark and cut, and then I'll show you from there. So as you can see, I've made 5 cuts through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Roughly halfway through this metal. This metal's 6 millimeters thick, and roughly a 3 millimeter cut on each one of those. And then I will weld along each one of these, and then clean those up, and then I will come back and recut in between and weld those. So now I'll go off and do the first set of weldings and come back when I'm done. And here are the first 5 welds. Again, I will go back and I'm going to cut these here next. That's my next step. Cut in between each one and weld. By the way, I start on one end. I weld this one, then I jump back to this one, and then I jump back to this one, back to this one, back to this one. So I don't heat up one end too much. And again, that technique worked last time, so I'm hoping it will work again this time. Now off to cutting and welding the next set. Okay, still too hot to handle, but there it is. Not perfect, but I could have carried my welds out a little bit farther, but okay, adequate. So been ground off, and now it's ready for the next side, so I will start that process. Something to consider before you start all this welding is, you notice over here I have a point. I found the most 90-degree corner on this plate. They're not all 90 degrees. And I also picked the flattest side. So yeah, I ran a straight edge along here to check to see which side is the flattest. So those 2 things are important. And the tack welds are in on the next piece here, and over there. I had to do a little bit of adjusting, to be honest about it, but it's now pretty square, and I will put in the braces like I did before. Put in 2 braces down here, make sure I leave room to check for squareness here, and then I will move on. So next, braces. And I'm about to repeat the same process on this side. I will cut, and then weld each one of those, and then recut and grind it off. So I won't show all that process. We've already been through that once. So I'll just go ahead and do it. It'll take about 10 cuts, 10 welds. Well, it's almost done. I got some more grinding to do, but I'm grinding wheels. Got a little bit overly enthusiastic when I cut my supports off, so probably won't bother with that, but anyway, that's what it looks like. Again, a little bit of grinding left to do on it. Here's the back side. Good idea to make the back nice and level so it lays flat when you're working with it. But this trick kept it from warping, and you measure it, it's very square. So it's a good weekend project, some way to burn some welding rods and have a little bit of fun. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Bye.